I'm gonna just keep this because it's cute and it'll make me feel better. So, I was thinking about how I am trying to like teach myself that shame and embarrassment does not exist. That is all in my fucking head. Because these were tactics used for control throughout the entirety of my motherfucking life. And a lot of the issue was that people would use things that happened to me as a point of shame and a point of, well, I know this about you. So, because I know that your most shameful moments, your most embarrassing moments, your most vulnerable moments, and maybe even the moments where, you weren't a great person, even, though I never intentionally tried to cause another person harm. It was just, me trying to figure out a lot of stuff and not going about it in the right way or even making like the best of choices. But it didn't matter what my intention was behind my mistakes. It only mattered that I made a mistake, and that mistake was me. That was the narrative that was used to keep me under control. Like, I step on someone's fucking toe on accident and didn't say sorry. And now, because I did that, I'm a terrible person. It doesn't matter if I was like 10. It's just like that's who I am now. I'm just a selfish, horrible fucking person. And throughout my lifetimes, I've had points like that where it's just like, yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I wasn't the nicest fucking person all the damn time. But a lot of the times is what people don't see is that sometimes when a person isn't the nicest person that they want to be all the time, or even like that other people's would hope that they would be. Sometimes the reason why you're not the nicest person all the damn time is because you're fed up with all the bullshit that you keep getting, and people keep just brushing it off as nothing or whatever it is, because it was never safe for me to tell people what happened to me. Because if ever I brought up any kind of hardship that I was having or anything that I was going through with anyone, there would always be some excuse like, oh, that's just how that person is. And, what are you gonna do? You're related to them, or some shit like that. And, that's blood. And just like justifications for just about everything. But nobody wanted to hear anything about my pain. Everyone else was allowed to talk about what had happened to me. Knowing what had happened to me, they could talk about it amongst themselves. But if I tried to express that it was painful for me, that I had gone through something, then it was just like, well, you're focusing too much on the negative. Or, it's the past, just let it go. I was never allowed to fucking speak. And so, in the spirit of removing the shame and embarrassment that had been placed upon me my whole life, I'm gonna start sharing some shit. And some of it may be embarrassing and fucking shameful to me, but at this point, like, when I think about me personally, when I watch other people talk about their story, even if they're completely in the wrong, I hear it, I'm like, well, that was a shitty thing to do, and then I move the fuck on and I don't think about it anymore. Honestly, I know that there are stories that I've seen where the person was like absolutely totally in the wrong, but I can't remember them for the life of me. So I'm just gonna trust that nobody really gives a shit. And if you do, then maybe you resonate. But other than that, this is my fucking therapy because I can't actually afford therapy. And I am dismantling this illusion of embarrassment and shame and like just permanently being a terrible fucking person, whether or not you actually intended to be. because that has followed me my whole fucking life. Because I, like, last year, I actually had a fallout with someone. And, like, I'm not gonna name names and I'm not going to, like, get too specific. But I actually had a fallout with someone last year where I was just like, I can't get past this deep seated resentment that I have. Like, I can't stop that feeling that I can't stand you for everything that you put me through. And the way that I can see what you put me through allowed me to tolerate in my life that embarrassed the shit out of me. Like, I feel ashamed because I tolerated a lot of shit because it started right here. It started here. I learned it from here. And while I'm one of those people who, like, I understand everybody has their own journeys. And just because you cause somebody trauma doesn't mean that you're innately and inherently a terrible fucking person. Whether or not you want to hear that, you know, they were hurt by what you did, is just, like, I get that sometimes the damage that we do to others is because of things that happen to us as well. But at the same time, you still need to take accountability for that. You still need to take accountability for that. And you cannot expect the person that you damaged from your own damaged mindsets or actions. You cannot expect that person to continue to keep you around if all you ever do every time they talk about any kind of pain that they experienced either in your presence or, you know, while being around you, you can't continue to, like, silence them and ignore that and then claim that you give a shit. Because that person is their own person. They get to determine who they let in their lives. You are not required to be in anybody's life because you are related to them or because you've had a long-standing friendship or whatever relationship that you might have had. That is not a requirement. You do not own. Well, I'ma just straight up say, because I know some of y'all motherfuckers be lurking on my page. You do not own me. You don't own me. I am a free person. I get to choose who I have in and out of my fucking life. And that is my motherfucking choice. And you're gonna fucking deal with it. Because I'm not gonna continue my life feeling like I have to keep people around that I have tried to convince that I actually care. And then you use how many times you supposedly helped me out as a fucking excuse to stay in my life. At this point, yes, I'm the fucking villain. I used your help to get to a certain spot so that I could just get rid of you. Yes, go ahead and fucking believe that narrative if you fucking want to. Plain and motherfucking simple. But I am a free motherfucking person. I have my own mind, and if I feel like I cannot be myself around you, if I feel like I cannot cry in front of you without feeling extreme shame and embarrassment, or even express shit that happened to me in my life without you downplaying it or antagonizing me over it, you do not deserve to be in my motherfucking life, and you need help. You need serious fucking help. So go get fucking help and leave me the fuck alone. Plain and simple. So you monitoring spirits can take that right back to where the source that you came from. Because I see you when you lurk on my page. Anyway, more about this coming later.